Hi there, queers and comrades. It's Jason Wyman, aka Queerly Complex, and it is Monday, which means that it is time for another Jason Reads. That's right. Every single Monday, I read the words and works of other people that are helping me find my place in the cosmos because it's part of my praxis for 2026. Today, I'm going to be reading To Meet the Needs of Women, publication collective of the Iowa City Women's Liberation Front from Ain't I a Woman, Volume 1, Number 2, July 10th, 1970. This text comes from a reading club that I did yesterday with Dee Dee, but this text also is a text that I read when I was a freshman or sophomore at the University of St. Thomas right before they kicked me out. I was in a race, gender, and sexuality and rhetoric course, and this was introduced to me there, and it really helped me find my place back in 1994, and it's still guiding my place today. Before I dive into the reading, I have a couple of announcements. The big one is Thursdays are for queers and comrades. That's right, this Thursday we open our doors at 5:30 at 465 Collective, located at 465 South Van Ness, right here in San Francisco, which is also known as Yolamu. We start by setting the space together, then we have Queer Art Club. In the evening, at around 7 o'clock, we gather in the lounge for Archive Club, where we talk about how we preserve and keep and secure our art, our ephemera, our culture alive for future generations to be able to find, whether that be physically and or digitally, and all of the things that go on in there. We also will be partnering with Transmarch this Thursday. That's right. I'm very excited to be announcing that we are partnering with Transmarch this Thursday. We will be making tablecloths for the Trans Day of Visibility event in honor of San Francisco's Friday of the Purple Hand. We are going to be providing a bucket of purple paint and a few white tablecloths, and we want you to come and leave your prints on these tablecloths, and these tablecloths will be used as decorations for Trans Day of Visibility. The wonderful Holly is leading this. Please come and check it out. And also on Saturday, we have the No Kings Day rally. I will be at Civic Center Plaza for the tabling with the San Francisco People's Budget Coalition. Transmarch will also be there on Saturday, and then join me again on Sunday for the Trans Day of Visibility at the Commonwealth Club. I believe the event is 11 to 2 p.m. All right, now for the text. We are an oppressed majority in this society. Although we constitute 51% of the population, women are only 1% of the nation's engineers, 3% of its lawyers, 7% of its doctors. Most women have the same job, housewife, despite the individual differences among women. This society culturally views women as weak, passive, not too intelligent, emotional, maternal, belonging in the home and with the children. And this society trains women to be weak, passive, not too intelligent, emotional, maternal, and to be good housewives and mothers. We are not given the training or encouragement needed to pursue other roles. Working women earn less than men doing the same work, and if they are married, work longer hours, since the unpaid household labor awaits them each evening. If they are not married, society views them as misfits. Women are shown their image as either unpaid household laborer or sex object on TV, in the schools and magazines, and in newspapers. They begin to believe in their own inferiority. The position of women in the society benefits the men they clean for and sleep with, the bosses they break strikes for and accept lower wages and boring jobs from. We recognize our oppression as benefiting the U.S. imperialist system, just as the oppression of Black and Third World peoples have benefited this system, creating reserve labor and resources to be used at the discretion of the rich. A woman, however, can achieve a financially stable position through dependence on a man. We realize that a male supremacist system whose main purpose is to accumulate profit for the few will not willingly grant the following demands. We realize that we will have to take the following through collective struggle to form a society that serves all of the people. 1. We demand that a system of daycare centers be established. These centers should be open 24 hours a day. They must be staffed equally by men and women. They must meet the needs of children and must be controlled by the parents and the children who use them. 2. We demand that free, adequate health care be available for all people. Medical attention is a human right, not a right of only the rich. All women must be able to receive free contraceptive devices that are safe, free abortions upon request, and adequate care during pregnancy. Research must begin to develop sale contraceptive devices for both men and women. 3, we demand that women be given free self-defense and physical training. Women have not been allowed to grow strong and healthy. Their physical development has been stifled by their socialization into being ladies. They must be trained beginning at a young age to be strong and capable of defending themselves. The rapes and beating of women will only end when it becomes just as dangerous to attack a woman as it is a man. We demand that women receive equal pay, equal work, and equality in the job market. Women must be given opportunities for advancement and on-the-job training. All fields of employment must be open to women, and we must have the opportunity to engage in productive work that is meaningful to us rather than the work we are now given, subservient service-type jobs. Secretary, hostess, or domestic laborer. All people should have the work they find meaningful. 5, we demand that every individual in the society receive guaranteed adequate income. To live decently, no individual should have to sell her labor or body. The necessities of life should be supplied free to all people. No woman should have to marry for financial security, nor should any woman be forced to face the degradation of the present welfare system. This income must be based on the individual, not the family unit, and must be enough to allow an individual to live comfortably and decently. 6, we demand an immediate end to the sexism which permeates our cultural media. The news and entertainment media, an extremely influential institution in socialization, has consistently stereotyped females as sex objects or domestics. The stereotypes of women in the media today are comparable to the black shoeshine boy of 15 years ago. We demand a stop to this sexism, substituting instead images of women as creative and intelligent human beings. 7, we demand an end to tracking in the schools and the immediate establishment of free and relevant education. Relevant education should help individuals become self-sufficient, self-respecting human beings. Women can't have much self-respect when they never study their own history, when all their examples of achievement are male. We cannot be self-sufficient if we are not given the knowledge for controlling our own lives. We must be given adequate training in useful tactics such as carpentry, mechanics, etc. 8, we demand an end to the definition of individuals in terms of their personal relationships with others. Individuals should be treated on their own terms, regardless of whether they are old or young, married or unmarried, homosexual or heterosexual, or asexual, living alone or communally. 9, we demand an end to the marriage contract, which presupposes the submission of the female to the male. Marriage and the nuclear family is the acceptable living situation today. Because of this, the single woman is severely limited, and children are treated as property of their parents. All people, including the young, must be treated as individuals with individual social and economic rights. 10, we demand an end to the discrimination against our lesbian sisters. We recognize that this oppression is political and that it is directly linked to our oppression as women. Women refuse to be defined only in terms of their sexuality and demand to be recognized as thinking, feeling human beings. We refuse to be defined and limited by arbitrary social standards based on unacceptable authorities which oppress human needs common to all people. 11, we demand the right of self-determination for all people. There must be an immediate end to the exploitation of women, blacks, third world peoples. All forms of oppression and exploitation must be ended. We demand our freedom as women, but not at the expense of the freedom of other people. Being rich by making others poor, being free by enslaving others is not worth fighting for. We demand that all people be liberated. Power to all the people or none. Again, this was from To Meet the Needs of Women, from the publication collective of the Iowa City Women's Liberation Front, from the magazine Ain't I a Woman, Volume 1, Number 2, published July 10th, 1970. May you find some inspiration in our forebears and their words. I know I have. You can find out more about me, Jason Wyman, also known as Queerly Complex, at queerlycomplex.com. And please join me this Thursday at 5:30 for Thursdays or for Queers and Comrades. Ciao, y'all.